Is the make me a sandwich joke sexist? Well, according to some people on Twitter, yes. And we'll watch this clip here from Jason and Travis Kelce on their podcast. It's a short clip where he makes a joke about making a sandwich, and he's talking about his wife, but he makes that just after talking about that Harrison Butker, the Kansas City Chiefs kicker story. So let's watch it here.
See, my wife, she was, I think, a little bit frustrated with some of the comments. Initially, I said, listen, you're going to need to go back in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. I'm listening to the game right now.
We were doing so good. We were killing it.
Oh, God.
We were killing it.
I hope she didn't hear that.
You're ridiculous. She's going to use the sword before this episode.
Now, is that so bad to say? That make me a sandwich joke? And we'll look at the replies here, because lots of people on Twitter think, yes, that's actually very problematic, and this is a terrible thing to say, apparently. So the short 40-second video had 2.5 or 2.4 thousand quote tweets. Here's one from an account called Remy the Rat, which fitting because this person is an absolute rat. The sandwich joke, if that's 2 out of 10 offensive, this is like a 9 or a 10. Praying for their downfalls is not enough. I don't even want to read the rest of that tweet, but you can see it on the screen. Insane. So this person's obviously a scumbag, and taking a sandwich joke and then cranking it up to 11 in terms of how offended that person is. So this tweet here from some account, whatever, she's referring to Taylor Swift here. Why is she even the face of feminism when her last 2 boyfriends, I don't know who her boyfriend was before Travis Kelce, last 2 boyfriends have been openly bigoted and misogynistic for making a joke about Jason Kelce's wife, ... It's almost like feminism is surface level and only matters when it's beneficial to her. So whatever, talking about Taylor Swift there, but that comment about openly bigoted and misogynistic, you have to, first of all, it's a joke. And if you think that the make me a sandwich joke is actually offensive, you got to make a lot of leaps in your own head. You have to make that joke offensive yourself. You got to say, I guess, okay, this joke, brings back memories to some people of a time when that was all that society thought women could do. Is that the thought process? Because you got to make a bunch of leaps, not just like guess off the top of my head. The leaps, it's making a sandwich is not the end of the world. People make sandwiches all the time. I make a sandwich, people make sandwiches. So the leaps, again, you have to make that joke actually offensive to the part where you could say, I don't think this person's joking in an unironic way. That's bigoted and misogynistic, aka like a woman-hating thing to say. You got to put a whole bunch of context around that you're just making up in your own head to the point where that's truly offensive, like an offensive joke to say. Here's another one. This one's kind of funny. I don't have a problem with this one. Swifties defending these 2 cavemen are insane. I think that's not a bad tweet, so no harm on that one in my opinion. And we're back to the unhinged takes. Straight white men, which anything following that is probably going to be a delusional, chronically online take. Straight white men in sports being misogynistic. Forks found in kitchen. Okay, so he's basically saying that's those 2 things. Like straight white men in sports being misogynistic is the norm according to this guy. Real profound, buddy. And then here's one more, and this is actually all I'm going to comment on. By the way, I saw a lot more on X, Twitter, that were a lot more unhinged than the ones I've even shown you. Even that first one, which I think was the peak of the craziness that I showed you here, there's a lot of unhinged takes about this. A lot of people on X are very pissed off about this. But here, I can appreciate a funny joke from this person. Questionable, I mean, I'll take their word for it. Funny jokes are supposed to make you laugh. This is pretty funny. Like, they're both laughing in the clip. I think Travis Kelce's laugh is real. He's not faking it. So objectively, it made one person laugh pretty hard. Supposed to make you laugh. This is not a funny joke. Again, that's your opinion. That's not something you can just state as fact because it could be funny to other people. It was funny to Travis. Misogyny is only funny to men, and the proof is right here. you're making it into misogyny. If you want to say this person, Chairlo or whatever, that any joke about a woman, I'm opposed to. Like, that sounds like what you're saying. That's what it seems like based on this. Just, again, some jokes you shouldn't say, but I don't see how... I think this joke is something that you're making it upset in your own head, or you're trying to just find things that are offensive to be outraged about on X or Twitter or the internet or whatever. So yeah, that's my take. I don't think this is a problematic thing to say. I think certain things definitely are problematic to say, but I'm just so tired of this wave of this mob coming down on people for saying anything on a podcast or anything on the internet. I think that bleeds over to real life, and people are afraid to speak. So, yeah, that's my take on this. But with that said, thanks for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and have a good day.